Hello there, everyone, and welcome to Chosen of the Gods 6K 2v2 tournament. Right now, we're on the fourth match of the tournament so far. Right now, we have Team Goonatar and the Rats fighting against each other. I'm joined by Dargaribdus.
Hello.
And right now, we have as we've all established so far, if you've been watching the YouTube videos or watching at home from the Discord streams, this is a 6K 2v2 tournament. Both teams are operating off twice the amount of points per person that they're used to. So it's a bit more difficult tournament for some people. I've had some people talk about how it's very overwhelming to manage 6K worth of points. So it'll be interesting to see how these two teams deal with it. We have a very experienced team with Team Goonatar here playing against a team that does have one experienced player. The Rats has Tito, and Snowy is a bit less experienced, but hopefully we'll see some very good gameplay from them as well. Right now we're playing on Gold Rush, a newer map made by Carl. It's a pretty good one. And, well, hopefully we're going to see some very good gameplay. Darg, could you take over from me for saying what fleets we got here?
Sure. So here we are, dropping down with the OSP team. That's Team 2, Team Goonatar on OSP, and Team 1 is the Rats on ANS. Looks like Hunter has a container liner, so he's going to have a container liner and a cap fleet, or a container liner and a frontline fleet. Okay, let's start going through this. Hunter's got container liner with mostly rockets and mine containers. Interesting. No standard containers at all. He's got two bulk freighters, both 450s with some T20s around for extra firepower, and some budget active decoys on the backside with decoy liner ships. It's got a rail cello with Omni soft kill on it, and a little bit of hard kill as well with Auroras. And then two tugs, one EWR, one LRT. So Hunter's got pretty much 6K worth of backline here. I hope Puppy's got the meat, and it looks like he does. C90 container stack launcher Bellbirds on this multi-mission monitor, I guess we can call this. One nearly naked capping shuttle. More standard gun monitor, C90s, T30s, Grazers. Plasma monitor, 250 plasmas. Some Lyrebird and Blackjack on that one. A lot of 250 and plasma on these in this group. Another C90 with a pinpoint container and a pair of Bellbirds. A wing of MMTs. It's multi-mission tugs. Oh, okay. So two multi-mission tugs and one arsenal tug. That means it's got two MLS2s instead of a different thing in every slot. And multi-mission tug has a ton of stuff in it. And then one more. Okay, another monitor in the monitor blob. OSP's looking to just... Man, this is not that many ships. They're going forth. Oh my god. And it looks like ANS is meeting them pretty much pound for pound on the meat front. Snowy has two battleships, 450 on top and bottom, beam turret in the rear, and a 250 up in the small C4 mount. Got some hard kill, got some soft kill. And each one has a jamming and Aurora escort frigate with a floodlight on board too for anti-jamming capabilities. That's going to be important versus those monitors. I don't know how well the monitors are going to hide under, like, God, I think those 6 Bellbirds with the jamming, but it's going to be tough to spot those and deal damage to those, especially with ANS having a low volume of offsets. Tito has a similar build, but with, I'm assuming S3Hs, on the back instead of a beam, and a little more hard kill and no soft kill on this that I'm seeing at all, which is extremely risky, especially with all these rocket containers. That could bite him in the butt quite heavily.
To skip ahead a little bit from the fleets, we can see that OSP is throwing out a lot of decoys. So I imagine for ANS looking at this, whenever they do get their sensors looking at it, they're going to be like, "What the fuck is going on?" We got some rockets incoming on the B-cap sprinter. I think they're going to be able to get that as a free kill. Yes, they do.
Tito's got 2 beam destroyers. Looks like they're defensive. They don't have any jammers on them, though, just defenders and beams, so they're not going to be as effective as they could be versus the multi-mission tugs. A couple of Pinard sprinters spread all over the map. Yeah, 3 of them. A couple of lock bets. Oh, man, none of these sprinters have any offensive capabilities on them, so these are just going to be both teams going for a very hard fight. And not going to be concerned that much with the cap game side of this. Oh my. Got a few rocket containers coming in here to cover the alpha point. We can't see the path that they're taking, of course. But I think they're going to see it.
Every single ship on Team Rat, well, the Rats, is called Rat. They're all called Rat.
There's another dead sprinter. It looks like these sprinters have basic combat information centers on them, and so the rockets are able to annihilate them pretty easily. Oh, lovely. OSP is moving the monitor blob in to cover the alpha point.
The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
Right now, the monitors are in a pretty good position, you know, just being able to hold this whole area. Like, it's not like ANS can really do anything. They're going to throw another sprinter in here, it looks like, and it's just going to get deleted by all these monitors.
And by the jam blob. Hunters also moved the King of Bard over to the Echo Point to capture that. It's one of those 450 bulk freighters. And ANS isn't really moving to contest anywhere. They don't have any sensor presence, they don't have any capping presence, and their combat vessels are, well, they're not very dangerous. I mean, gun battleships aren't anything to sneeze at, but they don't have anything with like really high DPS sitting around anywhere. I guess they do have a couple beam destroyers. They don't have any voxels floating around. They don't have any missile ships either. It's going to be a very difficult fight for the ANS against this OSP comp.
Yeah, the battleships right now firing at the decoys rather than the monitors, sadly.
OSP going to get an easy capture on Alpha. He does set up the beam destroyers to cover ANS's natural points, but OSP doesn't need those. Some rocket containers out. A lot of these scouting rocket containers thrown all over the map. They've clipped a couple of sprinters already, and they might be about to clip another one. Getting him range the Auroras before staging, that's unfortunate. Oh, looks like the Rail Cello has found one of the battleships. Yeah, those are all gonna get hard killed. It's found both of the battleships and is pumping rail rounds downrange. And it's gonna add up real quick.
Containers have managed to find the other battleship as well. These well, actually, no, rocket containers don't give a camera. Never mind. Almost getting the beam DD there, but the defender managed to save the destroyer just in time.
ANS secures the Alpha Cap, or OSP rather secures the Alpha Cap.
You mean Team Goonatar?
Team Goonatar secures the Alpha Cap, yes. And the monitors and the battleships are engaging each other straight up. And the battleships are definitely going to lose that. Because I've only got 2 450 turrets on the front, and then 1 250 turret, and then they're a beam on the back.
Beam going into one of the monitors here, but it's not. It's starting to do a bit, but yeah, no, it's going to take out this monitor a little bit. But how many FPAs do they have?
Not if the player doesn't battle short it.
Oh no, switching target, thinking that it they did enough damage.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's a bit premature on that. A little bit of plasma getting into the closer battleship. I hate that they named all their shit the same thing because we can't refer to them by name. It's really obnoxious.
Oh no, it's just Rat 7, you know? Or is that Rat 9 actually? I don't know.
Got rocket containers going out on the Charlie battleship, and they are gonna stage. Ton of flak over here, though. I think most of those are gonna get hard killed. Yeah, just
Only
a couple
two
get
hitting on the
through
bow,
on the nose.
Very large salvo of containers flying in here. Well, it's several different salvos of size 6. Swinging around, trying to get this beam BD, I think. Although it's already had its beam knocked out by the monitors.
Yeah, the plasma and the monitors are in the process of destroying that beam destroyer, but I think these rockets are going to go for the battleship. Now they're going for the DD. That's unfortunate. Oh, they're splitting, actually.
Good
So the few that
hits
go
on
under the
beam
destroyer take that out. A couple lands up on the front of the battleship. The destroyer soft killing some more of the rocket containers, which is unfortunate.
Oh, the other beam destroyer is currently getting a bunch of missiles being fired at it from Puppy here, but it looks like a lot of them are going to go into the rock because the beam destroyer is diving.
Yeah, and these are direct fired, so I think they're leading a bit into the rock as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's half that volley gone.
Oh, a few did get through. And it is enough.
Beam's not out yet. Still got one restored too.
No reactor though, it can't fire.
That's probably a problem. Oh, and he's restoring a small locker instead of the reactor. Can't be doing that.
Yeah, can't be doing that indeed. BB luckily avoiding getting its armor shredded.
Wing of MMTs still approaching around the outside of the map. Gonna probably side up and capture the Bravo point. I feel like one of the 450 bulk freighters has found a sprinter, is struggling to get lands on it though. What kind of raider is you in this thing? It wouldn't surprise me if it's a Huntress. No, it's a Bridgemaster. Yeah, can't get a land on that with the 450 and the grape at this range. Monitors are moving. They're mostly staying around the alpha point, but they're kind of dodging around these big crystal formations to get an angle on the battleship and try to pump more plasma into it to prepare it for whenever it is eventually forced to push. The nose armor is plasmaed off. It's gonna be an easy kill. Some S3H's out.
Off. Yeah, some these are TRP command.
Yes, they are.
No locks in any of these tugs, sadly, but we'll have to see how good these track qualities are first.
Not good enough. And the Grazers are going to handle it, but even if they didn't, they're just going to miss at this range without a lock. No way. Beam Destroyer now getting shot at by the tugs at 100mm is going to start taking out the internals of this thing. If that small locker gets restored, it's probably going to immediately die to the gunfire and waste the restore there. Still not repairing their reactor. More hybrids out on the tug blob, they trivially kill it. And it looks like we're gonna keep wasting missiles at the same target over and over again. Meanwhile, the battleships on Charlie are getting surrounded and fired by about 6,000 points worth of OSP vessels. The monitors are occasionally engaging them. The 450 bulk freighter is hitting it in the keel, which is real bad. In fact, it's actually switched to the frigate.
That's just with the 100 mils.
Alright, they have both. And the rail cello is also firing at this battleship. Setting fires everywhere. Quite a bit of mounts have been knocked out. Thrusters down too, so it's going to be hard for this thing to move around. Only got a whip and a dragon and then 2 reactors too, so it's not a great engine setup.
The enemy is securing zone boxer.
MMTs pounce onto the Bravo point, and they're going to execute the sprinter back here. Battleship might be forced to turn around and try to cover Bravo instead of going after the Alpha point. It looks like that's what he's doing.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not going to make it anywhere near in time. So he's going to end up just pushing down there. The kind of bar is probably going to turn around and start firing some more 450 into him as he does that. But the tugs, they're just going to walk away.
I mean, the tugs don't even need to leave. They could S2 dump the battleship. Those hot launch S2s, they get right up on top of it and just dump it. It'll be in big trouble.
The enemy is securing zone boxer.
This one doesn't have a beam on the back, unlike the other one. In fact, I don't think this has any flak on it either. It's defenders and auroras. This thing is incredibly vulnerable to S2s. The MMTs could destroy it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Must be gonna secure that Bravo cap.
The enemy secured zone boxer.
Battleships over on the Charlie point now pushing, realizing they are down 1 to 4. Gonna have to get something done. They're going after the Alpha point. Might be wanting to get in range with the beams and beam monitors. They're gonna take a ton of rail fire and 450 fire and C90 fire and probably plasma as well on their way in. Gonna make it very difficult. ANS to get anything done. They've concentrated all their points in these very vulnerable battleships. Little to no escort. Or beam destroyer gets zoned out by the monitors. Yeah, it's out of restores. Molocker got shot out, so it's never going to be able to repair that reactor, never going to be able to repair the beam. This ship can't do anything but drive now. And it won't be that much longer before it's dead. There it goes. Getting a bar to getting in there and finishing that off. Now the rats are trying to get something done. But I think both these battleships are just going to die violently in their trek to the Alpha point.
Yeah, once OSP just starts swinging, Team Goonatar starts swinging everything back around, they could surround these 2 BBs with a bunch of monitors, with the railstones, with the 450 liner over here, and they can probably get some container hits in as well while they're at it. Speaking of, they're sending out some containers right now.
The rocket volley. I think it's going for the battleships. Oh my.
Let's see, the Stonewall is still working on this BB, so it might be fine. Then there's the second BB that still has functioning Stonewall as well.
Might be coming at them from behind, or might just be going after the now abandoned and PD-less, well, it's got 1 defender, Sprinter.
That is a good point, but they are probably sending those after that instead, because they do want the C cap. They want all the caps.
Yeah, NANS has opened it up to just hand over most of the caps. Yeah. Battleships have next to no map presence without supporting
BB now getting
assets.
focused from both sides by 450 liners, and it's starting to get just chewed up now at this stage. Broadside on to both of the 450 liners.
That's 3 inches into a rock. And here are the
So-
rocket containers.
It's like the rats willingly got themselves in the circle doing this.
And then that's what happens when you don't have ships. There goes that sprinter. Charlie's now almost entirely open. There's... oh yeah, this frigate doesn't have an engine, and it does have a restore though, so it's getting that back online. But it can't realistically contest the Charlie point. So the Pet Seal, which is a nearly naked sprinter, or it is a naked shuttle, can run into the Charlie point and grab it. As long as it doesn't get murdered by this missile. Nah, it's not. Cool. That's that game.
Oh no, the
Beam
BB
out.
saved the date now.
It's pretty cool to see. Kill off.
Enemy is securing zone
Okay, so I think OSP might lose a vessel here.
The enemy is securing zone Boxer.
But yeah, there's pretty much no universe in which ANS comes back from this.
Yeah, more 450 fire coming from both sides on the BB again.
The enemy is securing zone Comet.
We are trying to capture Bravo though. Now, let's see if the UMTs can get in a position to missile strike this thing. That's what I really want to see.
Looks like they're getting waiting for the monitors to catch up first. Oh, a bunch of containers incoming on the BB right now.
Enemy
Oh, just rockets.
Unfortunately, the rocket container is not going to be very effective against the battleships. Even when they get through, it takes 2 hits in the same spot for any damage to punch through that hole.
secured zone Boxer.
Mostly just very expensive plasma. Monitors
This
now.
BB on the B point starting to engage these monitors, and the tugs are going to swing around behind it. It looks like.
The enemy secured zone Comet.
Gonna get broadside shots of all these missiles. No, not shots, but you know.
That'd be pretty neat. I think they might actually just be trying to keep cover on the battleship and go for the Bravo cap. Let the monitors engage. Plasma C90. Very dangerous combination. A few 100mm sprinkled around in here as well. So once that plasma starts to add up, the BB's gonna get real dead real quick. Battleship above Alpha is pretty much dead and is being finished off by the Haven of Jolie. The other battleship is fully green, heading out. Looks like he's going to the Bravo point. But ANS
LS 2 dumps on the BB on B.
still
the
doesn't
small.
have an advantage. Small missiles probably just checking the PD, or might only have that much left. And these are coming into the perfect angle to not be efficient by any of the point defense. Unfortunately, it looks like since those are multi-mission tug missiles, they have 54 armor penetration and not 60, so they're not going to do any damage at all to that battleship unless they hit on a plasmid area.
There's still 16 S2s left on these tugs, so maybe they'll go for another attempt.
And this battleship's just gonna get standed on by the monitors. and get the life slowly squeezed out of it. So this game is over. We don't need to watch for another 20 minutes. I will see you in the after action report.
Ciao, ciao.
Hello, and welcome to the after action report. We've got a sub 10,000 damage battleship, a 14,000 damage battleship, and I feel like there's another one around here somewhere. Oh yeah, and a sub 5,000 damage battleship. Alright, so OSP lost a couple monitors. And just kinda killed. I feel like we went the game. There weren't that many ships in the game, so it's pretty easy to keep up with everything. So I feel like we went through everything of note inside the match itself. So that is a victory for Team Goonatar, and one defeat for Team the Rats. And we will get into game number 2 here momentarily. It's been Dargaribdus, and I'm casting for Vastol's lovely tournament.
Hello.
Thank you for having me out, Vastol.
Anytime, anytime.
And I will see you, dear viewer, in the battle space.